Okay, so pack a lunch. Pack a lunch. Now, all of these fights went to decision, but there was some fun fights, But there was one fun fight. I think the big thing with this was, I think, right, a lot of young fighters discovered you can't always be the hammer. You know what I mean? They learn something very important, right? If you can't put someone away, what do we do now? You know what I mean? I think that was the big one here. Now, we start off, and I think the card started off with the middleweight clash between Jourdison Ribeiro dos Santos and Ozzy Diaz. Now, this was back and forth. This was a fun fight, right? Dos Santos was making his debut. And I think Diaz just had that little bit extra. He just seemed to have that little bit extra in the tank, right? That little bit of wherewithal, gets the takedown at the end of the third, really to kind of cement things. I think the Santos, showed a lot, right? Showed a lot and will take a lot from this experience. Definitely will take a lot from this experience. I mean, what was it? It was the featherweight clash. This was an interesting one, right? Because we've got Francis Marshall against Mairon Santos. I was looking forward to this fight, right? Santos looked so good on The Ultimate Fighter, right? Wins The Ultimate Fighter. So this was it, right? How will he actually do against UFC verified competition? And this was an interesting one, right? Because Santos got the win. And it was a split decision. But you just kind of was just like, how? Right? Because I think Marshall came with a larger variety of shots and with more fight IQ. And Santos had one fault. Right, one fault. I'm gonna take him out, and when he found he couldn't, it kind of seemed that he didn't know what else to do. And it's not to say he gave up. Didn't give up. He was in there till the end, But I think you could see in the body language that he was very frustrated. And Francis just had the wherewithal in the cage, right? Knew what to do, knew how to put things together and look good. So at the end, when they gave it to Santos, I think everyone was a bit like, wait, what? What happened? And then when Santos gave... I mean, to be fair, I don't think many fighters have said at the end, I don't know if I won that. You know what I mean? I think a few have. Not a lot, right? But I think it's when... I think some people know they probably didn't win, but don't want to say it. But then just kind of, don't go into it all too much. But Santos was very vehement on he won that fight. I don't think he did. But hopefully when he rewatches it, he'll get everything what happened. But I also think it's a good learning curve for him. I think he will take a lot away from that fight. Who else? We then have got Joshua Van Rei Tsuruya. And again, this is a similar fight, right? Now, they didn't screw up, right? The decision. It did go to Joshua Van. But in this one, I think it showed when Tsuruya couldn't do what he was hoping to do, he kind of struggled, right? He wanted to take the fight down and he wanted to control the ground game, right? I think, he's done things on his feet, right? But I think in this one, he kind of felt, okay, I can't stand with Van. You know what I mean? That's just not going to work. Not really going to work at all. So it was just like, I see. So he was just going for takedown after takedown after takedown. He landed a few, right? And I think the ones he landed were beautiful, right? They were just like, yo, how the fuck did he do that? You know what I mean? Because it looks like he's putting himself in a bad situation. But so he got a few takedowns. Couldn't really do a great deal with them. Van was the one coming with the pressure, coming with, the shots and everything like that. So definitely, the rightful winner. But I think this is that learning curve fight for Tsuruya. And, hopefully, right? Because, we've definitely seen these kind of fights. And then the next time the person didn't seem to take any of those lessons. But hopefully Tsuruya will take the lessons, right? And come back even more refined next time out, right? And then we've got Iasmin Lucindo against Amanda Lemos. And again, young fighter on a tear, right? Lucindo, young fighter on a tear, doing her thing. But that competition, you know what I mean? That competition just got high. Competition got high and she didn't really seem to have any sort of answer. It was a peculiar one. But she was being told by the corner, yo, this is what you need to do. And I think the last fight against Marina Rodriguez was a split decision, right? She was definitely tested. And I think she showed more in that fight. But this one didn't seem to, didn't really seem to know what to do. Which was odd. It was definitely odd. Definitely unexpected. Now, Lemos, she did a thing. Like, she definitely seemed the bigger fighter. Right, the stronger fighter. And she controlled it, right? She landed some good shots. I think you would have liked to have seen her try to get a stoppage of some sort. I mean, Lucindo was locking her down well with the overhook. But I think you would have wanted to have seen Lemos try more for the finish. But, yeah, is what it is. Is what it is. But, yeah, those were our Pack a Lunch fights.